If Guillermo was rich,
my butt wouldn't be on the internet.
right?
Bow.
So I did something dumb. Very dumb. Let me explain. Most of us noticed that on the last resort, Guillermo seemed pretty checked out. He seemed very distant from Kara. Then he said something brutal.
Do you feel proud when you look at her and think that's the mother of my child?
No.
Ouch. They tried to frame it like the fight was about some pictures she took.
Implied nudity. Now I'm thinking, uh-oh, single momhood is expensive. So guess what? My tits came out.
But during this, I remembered hearing that it was more than just some topless photos. So of course, before watching more, I Googled it. Big mistake, because I was not prepared for what I saw. No. If I would have just waited, watched the whole dinner scene, I would have seen Sarper call her out and know a little bit more about what I was Googling.
Manager is obsessed with your butt. Says all the captions are about bad butt.
I died when he said he was curious. I mean, I just did the exact same thing. And actually, I think it's even more explicit than that. After seeing what Kara was actually posting, I immediately understood why Guillermo is upset. Even after what Sarper said, it's not just pictures, it's full videos. Up close. There's toys. Kara tries to make it sound like Guillermo is overreacting, but now the jokes make way more sense. You know, the ones calling Kara butt chata. Rebecca too. Yep, I found her stuff too. I was wondering why Rebecca was agreeing with her during the dinner so much.
Now I'm thinking, uh-oh, single momhood is expensive.
It's because she's doing the exact same thing, and I saw it. I have a lot to say about this, so I want to go back a little bit and talk about how we got here. Kara and Guillermo have been on 90 Day Fiancé, and then they were on Happily Ever After. And spoiler alert, their last season ended with them separating. Now the last resort is a whole year later. They say they're here on the last resort trying to figure things out, or just to be on the show, because they are looking very, very miserable together. When they first arrived to the castle, it was obvious that Guillermo was keeping his distance from Kara.
I will share a room,
Perfect.
but I'm gonna sleep in the couch.
But I didn't quite understand why at first. Yes, they were separated, but they're here supposedly working on this marriage, and he was making these little digs at her.
Lady of something.
Lady of the streets.
And in the first group therapy, they talk about what we saw on Happily Ever After. I'll keep this brief. Kara felt the weight of taking care of their family. She brought over Guillermo on a K-1 visa. They ended up having a baby pretty quickly after they got married, so she was also taking care of Guillermo and their young son. She says she didn't feel supported. Her perspective was shown first on their Happily Ever After season, showing how hurt she was when Guillermo said he wasn't sure if he loved her anymore. She was working multiple jobs. Guillermo had quit a job. They were struggling to figure out what was next, how to take care of their little family. Guillermo suggested at one point that he join the military, mentioned flight school. Kara shot most of his ideas down and talked about how they had tried other jobs for him before. She said he had a hard time following through. Her side then made sense, but then she fully lost the plot and my sympathy when we started hearing about her music career. Guillermo talked about how Kara was going out and drinking a lot. She was wanting to sing bachata, and it came with this party lifestyle. It caused a lot of issues between her and Guillermo. She accused him of not supporting her music dreams. He wouldn't go out with her. He wouldn't watch her shows. At the same time, though, she didn't support his ideas that could have maybe given them a better future. In the end, things escalated when Guillermo accused Kara of cheating. And what she did didn't sound good at all. She was drinking all night with an old friend she'd hooked up with in the past.
The guy in 2011. We both agreed, hey, whoops, misstep, let's rein that back. We're better friends. It was weird.
But at the same time, she was in that man's house.
But not just the two of us, it was a party.
Guillermo saw me laughing and writing on my phone. When he asked me who I was writing, I told him it's none of his business. I had to be the one to ask him to leave.
When Guillermo accused her of this, they separated soon after. The way it ended felt weird, though. It was supposed to be this very sad moment. They were separating. She was crying, but her emotions, the crying all the time, didn't seem genuine.
But on the flip side of that, I've been a down bitch for you.
Never thought a relationship ending fight would have the words down bitch in them. She just jumped fully into her music, traveling around, still partying. We saw her on that 90-Day Bad Boys music video. Yike. And now, a year later, they can't get past those same issues that caused them to separate. Guillermo still thinks that she was cheating. Kara still doesn't see anything wrong with what she was doing.
Why then would I go and throw it all away to make out with a guy at a bar?
Because drinking removes logic. That's why.
And in the year that they lived apart, Guillermo says that they did try to get back together. But the boundaries that Guillermo asked for didn't happen.
You need to stop drinking how you do it. You need to stop going out how you do it. And she said, yes, let's do it. But then she never did that.
Now we know that their other issue was that she was also doing implied nudity. And I think that's the actual biggest reason he's so checked out here.
She's also been doing things.
So going back to the dinner, where they talk about her videos, let's talk about the timeline of this, because I think it is important. When Kara reveals her, I'm gonna call it a side job, she says that she was doing sexy pictures while they were together, but she did that to support her music dreams. Her words.
I'm like, I really want to get back into music. Music is something I've done my entire life. How can I do that? Cost money. I'm like, okay, well, I have this income source. Let me use that to pay for my music.
So this wasn't just to survive. Guillermo didn't like it that much, but it wasn't fully crossing a line yet. This was to pay for her trips, her clothes, her album. But after the cheating allegations, there were two paths she could have taken here. The first option was she could have just stopped, paused the music, figured out their marriage. They have a son to consider, but instead she went on the exact opposite path. She immediately jumped right into exposing more when they separated.
But the stuff that she's selling now, it goes way beyond of just nudity.
She says that she did it so fast that she didn't even remember really thinking about what could happen next. To me, that says that she was unwilling to even just pause her music. The pictures he already didn't like.
I think about my son and how my son is gonna feel with this in the future and how embarrassing this could be.
I think she loved it. The attention she was getting, it took over. And I'm not saying that she needed to just stop, give it all up for him, just pause. She couldn't even do that. She instead pushed it even farther from what Guillermo was okay with, and that pretty much completely pushed him away. And I don't think she did it out of desperation like she's trying to say. I think this is what she wanted to do, so she did it. I just think it's wild that she wouldn't even pause on that for her marriage. Like, it wasn't making her a bunch of money. I still don't even think what she's posting now is making her a ton of money. That's my opinion. You can disagree. I think she loves the attention. And look, I don't think Guillermo handled this well either. I don't drool over him, think he's perfect.
I've not asked you for like $1 since we've separated over a year, and he's with me 6 nights a week. How you think I pay for
As a man.
not working?
We've seen from the beginning that he has struggled to help support Kara, his son. She says he's not with his kid all the time. She has not asked him for anything. But I do think how far she's taken her music, her body. If that's what she wants, fine. But trying to say that she wants to work on her marriage at the last resort, no. Saying she's doing all this for her son to make sure they'd survive and not be homeless, no. I am not buying it. She's not going to change her lifestyle. She would have already.
Whenever I look at the Kara, I'm thinking of it. I cannot throw it from my mind.
He's talking about her videos, but when I look at her, I can't stop thinking about that terrible music video. Are they going to talk about Rebecca's very explicit videos too?
I'm not gonna look that up. That's none of my business.
Will that come up in therapy? Are they fighting about that, maybe? And we just don't know yet?
Never tell her, here's some money so that you don't have to go do that online.
If Guillermo was rich,
My wouldn't be on the internet.
right?
Bow.
See, I don't believe that at all. I think Kara would have done the same thing, just had videos with better lighting and a bigger budget. And I think Guillermo knows she won't stop.
If she wants to continue to do that, is this something you can work on?
I don't know.
After Patrick clears the room and Jenny and Sumit start their own OnlyFans, Guillermo decides to get his own room.
I just can't stop thinking about the things that she did online. And I don't think that I can be under the same roof.
I actually thought he was leaving for good when he packed his bags. His last straw was her saying that if he was rich, her butt wouldn't be on the internet. That's when he walked out. And she claims she's always been this person and doesn't get why he can't accept that.
From day one, the whole time.
I don't agree at all. I think when they met, she was a party girl. She said that. Her friends said that. He might have signed up for that specific part, but I don't think he ever expected it to go to the extreme.
It was, I'm gonna open this platform and I'm gonna sell my pictures so then I can have a music career. I also told you what you were going to have if you did it.
She had a real estate thing going on. I feel like she could have been really good at that. I don't know. Until they were on Happily Ever After, I never would have guessed that they would be at this point. They seemed like a good match initially from what it looked like. Who would have thought she would have risked it all for butt chata? Was it worth it? So Guillermo, he gets really angry when Kara tries to act like this was all for her son, making money to survive. I don't know why he's not contributing money to her and their son. I hope they elaborate more on that. But the point is, he doesn't think that's why she's doing it. I don't think that's why she's doing it. I think this is all about her getting views, more eyes on her content. But where I'm getting at is that Guillermo is now feeding right into that by being on the show. What the heck did he want out of this? Just to embarrass her? She's the mother of his kid, so that's not a good move either. Why is he here? So this relationship is done. You can tell. He's even now feeding into getting her that attention she wants. I just want to say, she can do whatever she wants with her body. But I don't believe she did it to support herself because she was desperate. Yes, she's saying that she has her son the most. Guillermo has a restaurant job. I don't know if people remember that. So I'm guessing that's partly why. He probably works nights. Or he's a terrible dad. We have no idea. Still, they have a kid. They have to co-parent. They need to just stop all of this pretending they want to get back together and work on that. That's what their therapy should be about. So we do see them the next day at the sex therapy together. But seeing the previews for the end of the season, they have this recommitment ceremony everyone is supposed to participate in. And when you see the preview for it, I don't think Guillermo is there. You see Kara.
Well, here we are. Are you truly ready to rededicate yourselves to your marriages?
I don't see Guillermo, unless I'm blind. Do you see him in this group sitting down? Overall, comment below your thoughts. I'm so curious how this season will play out. We're just gonna have to watch, see what happens. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!